If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. Hello, Loves on the Road subscribers and followers. I have said so many times that money can't buy happiness. And when I say that, there are a lot of people who really disagree with me. And in my mind, I know exactly what I'm talking about. But I guess a better phrase would be minimizing buys happiness. Look, I understand that you have to have money. I get it. We have to have money. We have to have money to buy the food and gas and insurance and all the things that you have to survive. I get it. You have to have it. Again, we're minimizing how much we have to spend. We spend only about $650 a month, and I've made almost a monthly budget every month and made a monthly expense report. And I didn't make one this month, but I will make one again next month. At the end of this month. So it goes to show you that two people living on $650 a month, and we are very happy. So when I say money can't buy happiness, it means I'm spending such a little amount, but I'm more happy than I've ever been in my life. I'm beginning to think that is causing a misconception, because I have been told by someone in a large fifth wheel that how can you possibly live in such a tiny little pop-up camper? And in my mind, how can you possibly be happy in this large fifth wheel? Now, that's just in my opinion. I mean, I understand a lot of people have to have the fifth wheel. But here's the thing. With my little pop-up, I mean, it was $650. Didn't have a problem, pulling it. My little four-cylinder truck could pull it just fine. Easy to tow, no sway, no issues. I don't think you get sway in fifth wheel, but you get my point. So in my mind, I was happier or less stressed than I would have been in the fifth wheel. I've towed a full-size travel trailer before, and I was, white-knuckled the whole time, driving 55 miles an hour from Missouri to South Dakota. It was very stressful. I never had a stressful moment in a pop-up. Well, we got to thinking about this the other day, or I guess yesterday actually. But now we don't have the pop-up. As everybody knows, it caught on fire. We actually have downsized into a homemade truck camper, and we actually feel less stressed than we did with the camper. The thing that's so neat about this is if there's something that goes wrong with it, it's going to be very easy to fix, very inexpensive. No complicated tools involved, just a saw and a drill and some wood material. Very easy to fix, even if the whole thing just decided to up and go. No problem. I know now it takes 2.5 weeks to build one, so it's not a big issue. But had we had to go buy another pop-up, which was something that we had considered, I think that would have been a very stressful thing to have to deal with. We would have had to look for a pop-up camper, then go look at it. Now, we were in Florida. We would have had to have traveled around probably all over the country, I don't know, at least in the southeast area, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, to go find a pop-up camper used for $1,500 or so. Then we would have had to license it and tax it. Well, we're residents of Missouri, so does that mean that we got to go back up to Missouri? All these questions that I didn't have to deal with because we built our own camper. And we put it on the back of the truck. Now, let's talk about actually living in it. Oh, man, that's got to be complicated. You're in a smaller smaller camper than you were before, and that's got to be stressful. You and Carolyn packed in that? Actually, no. Carolyn and I are very, very happy being in this camper. And I know it offends the folks that like their pop-up camper. And I loved our pop-up camper. I would have nothing against the pop-up camper, and I don't mean to be talking negatively about it. We lived in it. To live in, I think the homemade camper is actually better. We can't put as much stuff in it. I mean, the pop-up camper has so much junk in it. We had silverware that I bet we had 8 place settings for silverware. Why would you have that much silverware in a camper? We had, I bet, 6 or 7, 8 plates. Why? For 2 people, you got that many. When we replaced our silverware for this camper, we bought a set of 5, I think it's 5, maybe 6, maybe a set of 6, for $1 at Dollar General. If we lose it, who cares? We go back to Dollar General and we buy another set. But the last set we had was the best made type of, well, of course, we brought it from the house. I'm less stressed about dealing with this silverware. It's lightweight, there's so much to it. Clothes is another one. We had 2 bags of clothes in the pop-up camper, 2 bags, trash can bags. The big outside door, I guess 50-gallon trash can bag that filled with clothes that we never wore. I can't tell you how many sets of clothes we had. And we thought that we had to have it. Well, since the fire got rid of it and we replaced it, we only have about 4 sets apiece now. And that actually is about right. You wear a couple sets to do laundry, you hang them out to dry, and then maybe you have a couple other sets, and you got a spare in case you get dirty, you fall down in the mud, or have to work on the truck or something. So much less junk cluttering your life, making you stressed. And so when it comes to money, when you have to go buy these things and you're spending money and you have to work for it, and paying the debtors, all that interest, all that causes those little stresses, and they build up and they build up and build up, that I don't have to experience anymore. I don't have to worry about going to the boss and working. I work for myself now. If I choose to work, it's because I just need a little bit of money to make it through the month. I don't need a lot of money anymore. So even if I don't make the money I need to make this month, I got enough in savings that I can cover it until I can make up a little bit extra next month. It's just not stressful. I'm not suggesting you can live without money. That's not what I'm saying. I'm suggesting that money doesn't buy happiness, which translates into minimizing the amount of money that you have to make, that you have to spend, and it's so freeing. So I encourage everybody to minimize their lives, even if you live in a stick and brick and have no intentions of coming out and living in a homemade truck camper. Minimize your lives. See what you really need, and see if you can get down to that level. I think you're going to be happier in the end. So, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video. And happy travels.